ハロー、こんにちは。ティームヘルテックス vs G2 ラストゲーム、シーズンラストゲーム。あれ、ピックバンもう始まってんじゃん。エビがレネクトン、マオカイ、カイサミットまたやんの。先出しこれ。後出しでキャップスがカシオペア出してない？ゼリユーミか。相手にミリオ。ミリオもユーミも空いてたのね。ハロー、こんにちは。ティームヘルテックス vs G2 シーズンラストゲーム。なんとヘルテックス勝ち越してます。3-0 スタートから2連敗して勝って負けて、まあ問題はね、勝ち越してプレーオフはいけるんですけど、問題はエビさんがボコられとる。昨日なんか5000ゴールド差つけられて、もう最悪だった。味方がすげえうまくやってたから余計ね、やばいね。今回は相手 G27 勝1敗。昨日もファナティックね、1敗しかしてない上位チームで、今週辛いんですけど、マットを倒したけどファナティックに負け、 G2 にも辛いいゲームになりそうですけど、今回ミッド開催、コーチにミッド開催やらせてくれって言って、いや、せめて練習試合でやってから試そうって言われて、練習試合で 0-4-0 いって最悪な結果で終わり、連戦中に 0-4-0 いって、それでもステージで出してファッキンキャリーしました。逆転しました。その時もカイサゼリ、序盤負けてたけどね、まくったね。で今回エビ君はレネクトン。ここ最近カサンってやって結構なんか無力っていうか何もできてなかったから、カサンって先出しが結構危険な感じもしてきたんだよな。レネクトンが有利なマッチアップのはずです。何回か見たけど。でも相手はブローケンブレードかなり強いよ。まあ射程が短いからカシオペアがきつそうだね。あんまりメタじゃないんだけど、カシオキャップズが割とよく使ってたんだよな、前回のスプリットも。お互いにボトムゲームかな。今 OP のユーミとミリオ基本バンし合うんですけど、お互いにバンしないで取り合ったね。 G2 はジャングルがうめえ、本当に。トランドル、しかもそういえばトランドルじゃん。おお、返した、いいじゃん。マーサには一生ユーミやっててほしいね。マーサいい感じ。いいじゃんいいじゃん。マオカイはこの段階でファーム食ってるわけだからね、2キャンプ有利よ。お前お互いにジャングラーミッド見てあげる。いいね。トランドルなんだね。トランドルってかなり失速するチャンピオンだよ。敵のアーマーとかを盗むんだけど、アルティメットでゼリーにキルを。イエーイ、レッツゴーヤンコス。サブスクライブありがとうございます。So immediately he's already behind on the CS. You can see there level 3 to level 4 because Yankos ends up being able to clear his top side. Yankos ずっとうめえな。And then move in to steal away that camp as well. You've even got control for video and mid now. Caps. Oh, flashes towards the tower. キャップスうま。誘ってやがった。いやー、キャップスもうめえ。褒めたらこれだよ。よくあるけど。やっぱキャップスうめえな。Caps turning that around though is
massive against his old jungler and makes such a big difference. Good ward there from video, so they already know that this is going to be a play, which is why Jankos is just sitting
ビティはあそこに毎回ワードックね。
not seeing the trundle on mid lane. Jankos just walks over to his Raptors, realizes that this is going down, and now they're able to just pick off Yike because, again, you don't really have control of her bot lane with Mickey having to reset, so you don't have the Aphelios pushed up in that way.
Yeah, I mean, Yike's lanes were not set up to support him or back him up. Obviously, Caps was pushed back, and then because of the failed dive, Hansama and Mickey not in a great position. They did generate a sizable CS advantage if they can clear this wave because of the fact that Flackhead had to back, managing to lose out and maybe a wave and a half, 2 for now. Minor advantage in that bottom lane. I'm keeping an eye on this
構成俺
as well.
TH の方が良さそうだけどな。
Abby in the top lane.
レートゲーム。
Reset, got those double daggers. Yikes, still like even on levels for the time being. I think Jankos will have a minor
トランドル勝手に失速するくない？
once again looking for an invade, maybe looking to throw some
マオカイ別にフルタンク行かなくてもいいし。
get some information as the junglers are about to meet in the river. So potential fight on the horizon here, Dagda.
Yeah, Yike wins this though, so Jankos needs some help. Real
ボトムの寄りの速さはヘレティックスよ。これやばいな。この寄りの速さえぐくね、カイサとゼリで。しかもゼリにユミ乗ってくるからさ、サポートも機動力えぐいし。でも挟まれてる。なんかばらけたぞ。ヤンコス、ヤンコス。なんかばらけたね。
Heretics should just about be able to escape. Ends up being a 1-for-1 in that middle lane.
Flackhead's still hunting though, and Hansama, I think he read the play there. As soon as he saw that work over the wall, he was like, "Nah, I want nothing to do with this."
Oh, felt a little
噛み合わなかったね。キャップの立ち位置が
So credit to Heretics.
毎回いいわ。
That one well, able to use all of their mobility tools to jump on top of Yike, but then they got punished.
Yeah, I like how slow Heretics play this. So if you actually watch onto video here, right, Caps throws down the miasma, and this is where he's grounded. He can't actually use the ult, so they play it nice and slow. And the second that miasma disappears, that's
カシオペア無視して飛んでくるのいいな、カイサ。
you kind of just need to pass on out. Caps though able to get some good damage onto video.
ここでな、ミッドに通らないで最初から右の方に行ってたら事故らなかったんだけどな。ビシオがそこ通ろうとしたからみんななんかやられちゃったね。
Also having that cozy campfire means that he's able to get the extra range, so you're not really able to close onto Hansama as well. So for Heretics, it just ends up caught between a rock and a hard place at the end of it.
And if Flackhead wanted to try step forward towards Caps, the fact that the Petrifying Gaze was still available makes that so much more difficult. The threat of being caught out, stunned, and then instantly blown up. So ultimately, Team Heretics a little split. They get punished.
まあでもゼリに逃げる。相手はカシオペアに逃げるか。カシオペアレートゲームクソ強いからな。でトップはレネクトンがエビが有利取ってるよ。
It's like Jankos' hands are dirty, so Flackhead can wear rings and buy whatever the hell else he wants from the shop. But it does mean that Caps is having a great field day.
もうトップおまけ程度に一瞬見せてくるのやめてほしいな。
Because again, I like this Cassiopeia.
いいよ、見なくていいよ。
Good response to what we've seen, and that extra gold is also going to nullify a lot of the pressure video has in mid. At least until that's.
毎回エビがカサンテのスキル避けてるのは見せてくれてるけど。
He's going to be very quickly able to get towards the Rod of Ages as well.
And of course, because of the fact that Team Heretics
Oh my God.
are starting to be bully pushed back, those double 80 carries going to need to be flawless on their engage, need to combo perfectly with Jankos and Ebi. If not, we'll just get shredded down. Think of the entire kit they have to run through. The miasma from that Cassio, the cozy campfire, the breath of life from Elio, all the tools in that kit. And we haven't seen the top laners too much this game. Broken Blade using that ultimate, trying to get to safety as Ebi using the dominance. He's got a small advantage for the time being. And that will hold true for now, but the first dragon was secured by G2.
And that's the thing I wanted to highlight. We were talking about, look, Heretics like to have this game plan to play for dragons so that then they can try and force these fights, but the problem is it's already been taken by G2, and even though you've got Jankos on this bottom side, Flackhead, he's just under so much threat. Hansama and Mickey even this lane incredibly well.
届くのかよこれ。
Ooh, a little bit of an engage. Jankos going forward. Flackhead is low. Hansama is abandoned, and the kill is secured. Didn't have the full kit available. No ult there for Mickey.
ミリオがアルティメットを覚える前、アフェリオスがゴーストを帰ってくる前に完璧に決めた。 あの射程どうにかしないといけなくねえか、ラウトさん。一生あいつメタだけど。フェラルドは取られちゃうね。
I think they have a good response here. I think
ドラゴンも取られてんのか。
completes the static shiv and Flack
キルは取った。
of course, I think then they can try and commit that a little bit harder. But for the moment,
まあでも結局ゼリにお金が集まればゼリ有利だからね。
And of course, the first dragon, as well as that herald going the way of G2, another indication that things are playing out. The thing is, though, I kind of expected that with a double 80 carry comp from Team Heretics in terms of the early game. Is going to take a little bit of time, will be a little bit challenging. In contrast to yesterday, significant improvement here for Team Heretics' early game. And like you mentioned, now we need to see how they set up to deal with this Cassio, who is once again stepping forward and just bullying VTO in that middle lane.
Yeah, and that's the thing here is that
いやミッド攻めるね。ミッド不利だ。キルも取っちゃってるしカシオが。うわミッドタワーめっちゃ削られる。
Usually video with the auto attack should be able to just continuously push the wave and look to roam, but because Caps end up with 2 kills early, now he's got all these plates, he just has more damage in the tank. So the second a Q lands, you just have to chase him down with phase rush, and it means that video can't control the wave in the same manner.
めっちゃ攻めるやん。
Jankos though finds Yike.
Once again, throwing down that ultimate, stepping forward, can't risk jumping onto that miasma. Caps, no petrifying gaze available to him, but 4 plates secured in that middle lane. 1,000 gold lead
ミッドタワーが
in favor of G2, and that is a significant
いつでも壊されちゃうねあれ。
just a great laning phase coming out there from Caps. It has to be praised, and he's going to be one of the key carries to follow once we do get to these second and third dragon fights. The entire kit is great. They're always going to start stacking up, and Caps is just having a sort of standout game here for G2. So let's turn our attention to Heretics. How do they try to arrest control with the composition, knowing it's about 2 minutes to the dragon, and they traditionally have been able to get those objectives early?
It's pretty tough to be perfectly honest. Like here, as you can see, mid lane tower is actually better.
スタティックシブは出たけど、
Can just hard push mid lane.
いやーこうやってミッドプレッシャーしてくるやつマジできつい。
The fact that Rip Trail went in.
効かないねキャップス。
I think in this position, you've got to try and find a way to overload mid lane. When Yike and Caps are going to try and push in this mid lane turret for Dragon, but it's really difficult to do because who's going to be the
ミッドの差が1700も出てる。
Yes, video, but from that position, Jankos isn't really going to be enough damage if Yike and Caps are there, especially with how strong Caps is at the moment. So I think you need to find some way to get onto Caps and catch him out before he can get himself up and rolling.
So flank angles is something we're going to keep an eye on. Another 1v1. Ultimates have been thrown down. Ebi needs to get that Q's on cooldown.
Why?
It's a disaster for Heretics. I mean, top lane now going in favor of G2, mid firmly in favor with a 1.7k gold lead, and bot lane with all those resources invested. I mean, yeah, it's a 300 gold lead, but it's nothing really to write home about. And this was a
No.
but can they do it?
We're going to find out. Flash available for Caps as well.
相手フロストファイヤー持ってたからワンコア出てた。 こっちも負けたらおしめや。カシオがやばい。おうまく避けたうまく避けた。いやービシオうまい。テレポートしたゴーストで速いぞゼリー。カシオピアのシャットダウンゴールドを取れ。フラックト勝てやあいつ。エビのモラルサポート TP。
We're talking about, look, they need to try and overload mid lane to catch out Caps before he can make any sort of dragon play, and they do it just perfectly. They manage to catch out Yike as he's going because Caps is in his position, but Mickey, where are you off to?
Ooh, does manage to find Han Summer as well as Broken Blade.
Okay, ドラゴン取れた。
Team Heretics happy with that one. You can see
ヘレティックスこの4体好きだなボトム側の。
G2 need to ensure they are grouped up and they are not lingering alone because they can get taken down when they're singled out.
And this is the thing, right?
機動力えぐいわ。
Catch out Caps as he's trying to push in that wave, which is just what we're talking about. But the problem that you see is that on the bottom side, you've already got the rotation coming through from the bot lane because they have
カシオペのフラッシュをあそこで使わせたのよかったな。
run out of this. But as they step forward,
でちょっとトランドルが前で出てきてカイサフラッシュイン。ワオ。
But on bot side, they've now cleared out that wave, which means that Heretic's bot is actually finally able to respond.
ゼリユーミはいや。
TP play that we talked about, always trying to keep that for a dragon fight, but he manages to come down. You then outnumber the play as Heretics, and it's them just kind of abusing the fact that G2 went that bit too far in the jungle, and then
ヤイク普段すげえうまいんだけどトランドル使い慣れてないのかね。
for G2. Just quickly, next game will be SK versus Fnatic. If SK win that game, they will advance.
ちょっと無理するね。トランドルがやっぱ強いから、序盤強いから前のめりになっちゃうんだろうな。トランドルはね CC もあんまないし、レッドゲーム腐るからいい感じよ。圧倒的マオカの方が強い。
The ulti there is available for Caps, and now he's got to be a little bit careful because the mobility from Heretics can jump onto him quickly.
おー、ちょっと待って、トップ嫌だ。見たくない。わあ、レベル上がった相手。
So you should be able to be alright, Ebi?
I think he reckons this time round still outmatched both itemization and levels. Uses
レベルとアイテム差が怖いよ俺。
into just thrift store shopping for the time being. Ebi is now being pushed back under the tower. Jankos making his way.
いやーマジ夏からちょっと連戦本当に不安だな。もともと連戦本当にうまくやってたのにね。おでもエビが仕掛ける。エビが仕掛ける。このタイミングなら俺が勝つと言ってるエビが。ファック。
Instantly traded back by Jankos.
Jankos is playing this game so incredibly smart. He's reading everything that G2 wants to do and making
まあ今のヤンコスが来てくれてるから合わせたんだろうけどね。いやいやワースワース。こっちアシストのゴールド分稼いでるから200IQ です。1対1は勝てないの分かってたはずだけど、ヤンコスがもうちょっと早く来てくれればって感じだったかな。うん、やっぱマオカイこれフル AP いくね。フル AP のマオカイにキル渡してるのいいじゃん。相手トランドルでレジスタンス盗んでくるからね。
Team Heretics have got the composition to jump on them when they're out of position.
Yeah, and this is what I was talking about. So Jankos forgoes his back so then he can get onto top side as the reset has already come through from G2 as well. So he manages to shortcut himself in here and tries to use that timer, but unfortunately, Ebi just managing to get caught means that there's just enough damage to take him down. So Broken Blade gets the return kill, and that
でも AP マオカイ直されちゃってるからね。まあでもタンク行くよりはマシか。トランドル硬くなっちゃうし。
Not going to be the case. And another dragon spawning in a minute and a half. Teleports available for all four of our solo laners. Flash is missing for VTO and Caps.
まあ相手はエンゲージが薄いよ。誰がエンゲージするの相手の G2 の構成は。もうカイサーの W のポーク、マオカイの苗木ポークで HP 削って。相手が孤立してたらマオカイウルトぶち込んでゼリとカイサ飛んでいけるし、俺 FTH の方が構成いいと思うけどな。相手射程短いしエンゲージできねえし。
TP potential on video, but they'll also lose priority on mid because they don't have video now to use that Q to try and get it. So just misaligning on some of the wave states here has given G2 a lot of control, and they're perfectly happy now to shove in mid. They're going to threaten on towards the tier 2 if you actually over compensate for Heretics.
ゴールドは1000ゴールド負けてるのか。
I
mean, G2 also got that second item completed there for Caps. He's going to be able to put out a ton of damage. G2 forcing the bottom outer turrets. This will get booped by the Rift Herald. Teleport not being channeled. Caps is going to meet VTO in the top lane. G2 trying to usher Rift Herald a little further forward. How long do they stick around? The dragon is up in 3 seconds. And there are wards available for Caps to TP towards. Looking for that engage. Jankos level 11. Ultimate is up. Small advantage.
ヤンコスじゃねえなんだあれキャップスか。ミッドレーナーは戦わない。カイサはそのままバックしてテレポートはあるがどうだ。カイサはどう動く。テレポートいつ使う。今使った。マオカイアルティメットキルリセットかかったドラゴン。おマオカイのアルティメット結構当たってるぞ。ポークしていけ。カイサの W で近づけねえ。宮妻があるから。
No ultimate there for Jankos means it's going to be very difficult to lock someone down. Need that Yumi
取られて逃げられるか。
No fight objective to G2.
Great miasma from Caps. Completely zones Jankos out of the pit, so he actually can't get into position. But now you've exited down to the bot side.
でここから相手はバロンにプレッシャー与えてくる。バロン取るの早いぞカシオペア。ブルーバフもあるし、そのまま触りそうじゃないかこれ。でもブルトリで一応確認。一旦 G2 バロンの HP 削ります。レネクトン TP はあります。 TP のワードをください。ワードをください。 OK、 ワードがちょっと遠い。テレポートは来た。いいタイミングで来た。 OK、 相手剥がしてミッド取ってボトムもウェーブ押し込めてる。これ G2 が欲張ったね。テレポートは使わされたけどミッドもガラ空きだし、ボトムもウェーブプッシュできたし、トップのロストもないし、ドラゴンは取られたけど今のでミッドタワーはでかい。でも今テレポートがね、カイサもレネクトもないタイミングなので、それだけ意識してもらって引っかからなければ OK。 裏からカサンテの TP とかされなければね。エンゲージ相手がそんな強くないからそんな捕まることはまずないだろうけど。ってことでファッキンはテレポートが出るまでファームしとけば OK。 ゼリー3個あとちょっとで出るしな。チームファイト負けるビジョンあんま見えねえな。
But other than some of those small mistakes that Team Heretics punished, it has been G2 making the first moves. They got the first Dragon, they got the first Herald. They obviously just picked up that previous one, securing that TP completely safely. So they do have some element of control here across the map.
Yeah, and a lot of that comes down to G2 understanding, hey, we win when it comes to priority across the lanes, right? And Sama has pushing mid at the moment because Mickey X and Hansama, as soon as you see Flacked, you press the go button, chase him down, and there's very little that he can really do. Now you've also got Caps who, because of the opportunity he has if he ever hits a slow to just chase people down, is going to be absolutely absurd. So Video can't really contest Caps on push. So you automatically have push in 2 lanes. So G2 are like, great, well, we push mid, we're going to push top, then we can establish vision. And it's this slow grind and just a really good understanding from G2 of how to correctly use pushing lanes effectively in the mid game.
So I think then my instinct is telling me Team Heretics need to find a hero play, a great flank, a surprise angle. Because I think if they do layer the likes of that Lost Chapter and the Nature's Grasp, they do have a lot of tools to hold members of G2 in place, but it is just so difficult to find that, especially when you're playing defensively, your half of the map is being shrunk more and more with those 3 outer towers being down.
Yeah, I think what they realistically need to do is drop a wave somewhere. Ideally, what you should have is like Video pushes in bot against Broken Blade. You buy a little bit of space off your tier 2, and then you just go, right, Video's TP is going to be up in a moment. Let's see if we
TH
can
マジでいい感
TP
じ
into a play where
ドラゴンさえ取られなければね。
G2 as they're trying to establish vision on the top
4ドラさえ取られなければ
Did you get a quick pick or a 4 versus 5?
負けないんじゃないかな。
Answer into G2, especially if you're able to get, you can see at the moment, there's very little vision to keep Cap safe, which is why he's playing so far back. But this does give Heretics
フロントラインがちょっと薄いか。
we can now get control of a river, make sure that G2 aren't able to push out as far, and try and look for this moment where we can drop a wave, maybe even drop half our HP in the bot lane tower.
エビーがすぐ落とされちゃったら問題かもね。
And that's also the thing that G2 do need to respect, right? With the double ADs, if they are caught in a more skirmish, 2v2 or 3v3 scenario, Heretics have got a lot of CC and damage to work with. They will be securing their second tower here in the bottom lane, and you can see both Flacked and Mercer potentially in the shadow.
カイサテレポート戻ってきた。
While that's happening, teleport is available for VTO. G2 grouped up a little bit around Baron. They will need to do some counter vision before they try to start that objective, but
ドラゴンやるためにバロンから離れちゃうとね、バロンすぐ取られちゃうんで G2 はバロンにプレッシャー与えてくるね。
With Video in towards that mid lane, you have Jankos who will come in off of this side here and try and look for a play as G2 are trying to get control over the mid lane.
相手帰ろうとしてるぞ。
That's the best way you can play this as Heretics, and then see if you can find something, even if Jankos
テレポートを切る。もうミッドを先にプッシュしてからドラゴン側に入ろうとしてくるのか G2。 先にミッドを押し込まれたが、この視界をキープしたい。マオカイの苗木もあるし、ここを突破されたくない。ゼリブリンク これ相手視界ないところに突っ込んでくるときにめっちゃダメージ食らうけどね。うん、ほらこれ相手がエンゲージねえからマジ戦えないと思うよ相手。ゼリも W あるし、カイサの W これ AP だからさ、めっちゃ痛いのよ。で相手やってるの分かってるんで、ワードも全部あるし。てかフラッグとかドラゴンやってんのか。うわ取られたけど手段戦勝てばいい。取られたけどビシオいいフラッシュ。エビが捕まる。ここでどうなる。戦えそうな感じはするけど相手がうまくばらけてんな。これちょっと怖いぞ、囲まれたら。カイサが飛び込んだ。 Wait what? OK 11交換。いやーここでドラゴン行ったのよくなかったね。相手がバロン取ると思わなかったんだろうけど G2 のこの判断が素晴らしかったね。マジか。バロン取られちゃった。ドラゴンは取ったけど。何があったんだ。カイサが前出てフラッシュアウト。force G2 into top side to make the play because you're just fighting 4 versus 5. But you can see here, Heretics are still like, we can actually win this. Low health bars, we've got both our carries up, we still have the Yuumi support here as well. But watch, as Video goes in, he immediately turns backward. おー、ミリオの Q とカシオペアの W も読まれてたね、カイサが飛び込んでくるって。ミリオとカシオペアに飛んでくるってバレてたな。is designed to counter the Team Heretics engage. I think it's also fair to say on the side of G2, バロンは取られちゃったけど、さっきのドラゴン前の戦いみたいにポークに専念してカイティング意識して戦えば5対5負けないと思うけどな。でもバロン取られてゴールド差がすごいな。WTP 持ってるけど一旦インヒビター1ギブ。ゲームエンド狙ってくるぞ。おお、ちょっと待って。レネクトン裏にいる、裏にいる、裏にいる。レネクトンいい仕事してるぞ。いやー G2 のこの甘えを許さない感じがとんでもねえな。G2 pick up the inhibitor, the Nexus turret, they dodge everything that Heretics throw at them and literally walk away. チーム一丸となってプレイしてる感じがあるね。Heretics are like, look, we're gonna lose bot terror at minimum anyway, so and the inhibitor, so let's just see if we can try and trade it for a tier 2 on top side, get something back. But I don't think they were expecting how difficult it was gonna be to clear out those waves against G2. まあでもカイサもトップのタワー折ったのかな。カイサもお金は入ったはず。まあでもゴールド差はそんなない。インヒビター1個捨てるぐらいでインヒビターなんかもう関係ないっす。1つのインヒビターは関係ない。2個からはもうやばちょっとまずいけど相手1ウェーブ食えなくなるし、こっちゼリでクリアめっちゃ早いから一瞬でウェーブ溶かせるし、でテレポートも2つあるからね。G2 with a win here, they secure it. We were talking about their approach in terms of draft, and I think some of the little bit more like creativity in some ways for Caps. Great answer into Heretics draft with this Casio. And more importantly for me, I think they've just demonstrated almost perfect control really throughout the course of this game. And once they did get punished, マオカイアルティメットさすがにこれは当たりそうにないな。ドラゴン1分。ドラゴンだね。戦えば勝てるんだけど先に陣取られるともうドラゴン取られて逃げられちゃうから、またヘルティックスもそこまでエンゲージがあるわけじゃないから先に視界取って
Heretics at bay.
後手に回りたくねえな。
Like, look at the gold lead. It's only a 2k gold lead. At 30 minutes into the game, that's nothing. But G2 just know how to try and play this one out to make sure the Heretics don't have an option.
It feels so much bigger than 2K. It feels so much larger because it does just look like G2 are bullying Heretics.
これアフェがね、アフェが育ってくるとはまあちょっと問題ではある。射程ミリオがいるから長えから、カシオよりもなんだアフェリオスか。アフェが緑の武器持ってるとき厄介だな。
But for G2, it is all about patience and slow play. I also think because their comp doesn't have that sort of hard engage champion, they do need to respect and sort of wait for Heretics to come to them.
で相手がドラゴン先に触る、後手に回る、ポークが十分できてない。取られるね。
This could be a potentially losing fight for Heretics, yeah. Like, you have to be so careful. Now you've given up this bot wave, so G2 just walk away. That's a TP over invested. I think you kind of needed to just wait this one out.
Oh.
Say, hey, look, we'll farm it and see what we can get.
Well, Team Heretics trying to look for fishing opportunities, little picks as G2 start to recall. Will not fall prey, will not get punished. And because of the super minions in that bottom lane, they've always got to consider that option, consider that threat. Will be coming up in not too long, but another Baron spawning in 15 seconds. And I think not the most
4ドラリーチか。
kill heavy type of game like we saw yesterday where Fnatic, but it is once again a demonstration of how and why sort of Fnatic and G2 appear to be in the regular season in a class of their own, appear to be up there, why they are likely they are the 1 and 2 seeds here going into group stage.
I mean, honestly, I put this as a G2 only. Like, this
エンゲージ仕掛けてくるか相手。マオカイアルティメットキル。テレポート。これ戦い方悪くないぞ。カシオペアのフラッシュだけ気をつけて。マオカイの HP が結構削られてる。マオカイのウルトねえのか。ポークポーク。マオカイレッドバフで回復しに行くのいいね。さっき盗んどいた。またバロン叩いてくる。誰が前を張れるかだ。でもいいポーク。カサンテが Q 溜まってるぞ。レネクトンがプレッシャー与える。相手テレポートでバックドア狙う。相手揺さぶってくる。可愛い子しかねえネクサス。カイサのバックを止めさせてはいけない。カイサ一人で対処できるか。ちょっと怪しいぞカシオペア1対1は。で入っていく。ヤンコスが突っ込む。まあいいぞ。エビのエンゲージめっちゃいい。でもボトムがキャップス。でも4対4勝った。ポーズがかかった。マジかよ。すげえヒートアップしてる時にポーズかかっちゃった。始まった。ヘローこんにちは。始まりました。クロノブレイク時間が20秒ぐらい巻き戻りました。で集団戦が始まる。でボトムで1対1はさっき 1v1 でボコられてたけど今回はどうなる。いやボコられるのか。ボコられない。チームファイトは OK 巻き戻そう巻き戻そう。 OK クロノブレイクプリーズ。クロノブレイクお前勝つんかい。お前勝ってこっちが負けたら関係ないやろがい。ちょっと待ってこれクロノブレイクやろうよ。いや俺たちさっき上勝ったじゃん。下負けてもゲーム30分ポーズかかってたんですよ。 YouTube の方はね俺が編集してパッと始まってるだろうけど、カシオペアのアルティメットのバグがあってですね、カシオペアのアルティメットを見てもないのにスタン食らってカイサがやられちゃったから1対1で巻き戻したんよ。でも上側は勝ってたわけで、今回はもう逆ですよ。上側は負けて下でカシオペアソロキルした。でも相手バロン取った。ファッキンナットワースクソ面白いな。ユージ時間見して。オッケー。今リプレイ中だからダメだ。画面にタイマーが出てない。そうそう俺タイマーちょっとずれちゃったんだよね。ちょっと待ってね。サブスクライブありがとうございます。タイマー出てきました。はい。まあバロンは取られた。で問題はバロンよりもドラゴン4ドラ相手リーチ。いやでも勝てるんだね。あれユーミマーサお前ユーミでやらかすことってできるのかよ。マジか。あいつ降りた時にトランドルのピラー食らってやられた。おいユーミいねえとゼリが機能しねえじゃん。
just had problems.
What the fuck お前ずっと潜っとけよ。
4 versus 5 and Baron in power.
味方が来る。でもユーミいないよ。ああカサンテがマオカイを連れていく。
By Red, White, Han, Summer.
まさかユーミが降りてゲームが終わる。でもバックラインキャリー2人が生き残ってる。キャリー2人でいけるか。
Is not pulling the trigger just
ユーミがいね
waiting to see
え。カシオペアが裏から来る。ビシオ You fucking crazy What the fuck
from VTO, the last man standing, and G2 will ace Team Heretics, win the fight, and turn their attention to the Nexus.
It took a while to get here, but G2 have done it. They win the fight, they get the Baron, and Mercer. It's an honest effort, but that'll be all she wrote for Team
The
Heretics.
final kill of the game onto Yumi seems poetic. G2 Esports secure first in the summer regular season.
A well-earned win at that as well. I loved the way they played the macro in this one. I mean, yes, it was slow. Yes, the goal was in touching distance, but you could see from 10 minutes on, there was just no control for Heretics at all in that one. G2 had the side lanes in their favor. We're using the priority well. We're constantly forcing Heretics away from these objectives, and magnificent game from Caps on this Cassiopeia.
I am exhausted after that game. And it was 10